Published in 1949, George Orwell's 1984 was a chilling warning about totalitarianism, surveillance, and the loss of individual freedom. Set in a world where a ruling party controls everything from truth to thought, the novel felt like a grim prophecy. And while 1984 was intended as a warning, many of its once fictional elements have become frighteningly real. Orwell imagined a world where citizens are under constant surveillance, history is rewritten, language is manipulated to control thought, people are monitored by telescreens, propaganda shapes public opinion, and independent thought is a crime. Does that sound familiar? From CCTV cameras and smartphone tracking to internet censorship and AI-powered news manipulation, Orwell's dystopia now resembles aspects of our reality. In this video, we'll break down the key science fiction ideas from 1984 that have since become science fact. This isn't about politics, it's about how Orwell's fiction predicted or warned us about technologies and systems that now exist. Mass surveillance and the rise of Big Brother. In 1984, the government uses telescreens, devices that work like two-way TVs, to watch citizens constantly. People can't turn them off. There's no privacy, even in your own home. The terrifying idea? You're always being watched. Maybe not right now, but you might be. That uncertainty keeps people in line. Today, we live in a world that Orwell only imagined. CCTV cameras watch streets, stores and schools. In cities like London and Beijing, there are millions of these cameras. Smartphones track our location, activity and conversations, often without our knowledge. Apps collect microphone and GPS data for marketing and security. And then there's facial recognition. Governments and private companies use AI to recognize faces, analyze emotions and track people in real time. In China, this tech is part of the social credit system, where your behaviour can affect your travel, loans, or even your job. Even in democratic countries, surveillance has become normalised. Our phones, laptops, smart TVs, and even voice assistants like Alexa or Siri could be eavesdropping. It's not fiction anymore. It's part of daily life. Newspeak, controlling thought through language. In Orwell's world, the government invents a new language called Newspeak. It's designed to make free thought impossible by removing the words people might use to express rebellion. For example, instead of bad, you say ungood. Freedom becomes meaningless or isn't a word at all. The idea is simple. If you can't say it, you can't think it. Modern life hasn't adopted Newspeak directly, but we've seen buzzwords and euphemisms replacing plain language. Example, collateral damage instead of civilian deaths. Corporate jargon that obscures meaning, such as downsizing versus firing. Political correctness and cancel culture that reshape how people speak, for better or worse. Algorithmic content filtering on social media, where certain phrases are automatically flagged or suppressed. In AI development, controlled language is even used to program bots and machines to avoid dangerous ideas, echoing Orwell's concept. What Orwell feared was the shrinking of language leading to the shrinking of thought. Today, the concern isn't just censorship, it's whether we're limiting how people think by controlling the words they're allowed to use. Fake news and historical revisionism. In 1984, the Ministry of Truth rewrites history constantly. Old newspapers, books and records are changed to match whatever the party says today. Yesterday's facts? Gone. Today's version is the only one that exists. Winston, the main character, works in this ministry. His job is to edit old news so the party always looks right. Today, we live in the information age, but also the misinformation age. News stories are edited, deleted, or replaced. Social media spreads fake news, manipulated images, and false statistics. Politicians and influencers openly deny past statements, even when there's video evidence. AI-generated deepfakes can now fabricate voices and faces, making it hard to trust anything. Even more concerning, online content can be updated without leaving a trace. A website can change what it said yesterday and no one notices. Wikipedia keeps logs, but other sites don't. Orwell imagined this world, where history is just whatever the powerful say it is. We may not live under one ministry of truth, but we have millions of mini ministries, from biased media outlets to unregulated influencers, shaping what we believe to be true. Thoughtcrime and predictive policing. In Orwell's world, it's not just actions that are illegal. Even thinking rebellious thoughts is a crime. The thought police monitor everyone's expressions, behaviours and private writing. There's no need to prove you acted against a party. If you think about it, you're guilty. In the real world, we don't have thought police, but we're getting close in some ways. Predictive policing software is used in several US cities. It uses algorithms to predict where crimes are likely to happen and who might commit them before anything actually happens. Social media monitoring tools analyse user behaviour for danger signs, including mental health risk, protest planning, or hate speech. AI can now detect micro-expressions and emotional cues used in security interviews and border checks. In China, tech is being developed to read emotional states from surveillance footage and track whether workers or citizens show suspicious behaviour. Orwell warned that a world where intentions and beliefs are punishable creates a culture of fear and self-censorship. Today, we already see people afraid to post opinions online due to fear of backlash, blacklisting, or misunderstanding. Even if it's not illegal, thought policing by public opinion, AI, or surveillance is becoming a fact of life. Constant war and manufactured enemies. In 1984, the world is always at war, but the enemy keeps changing. One day it's East Asia, the next it's Eurasia. The party uses this constant warfare to keep people fearful, patriotic, and obedient. The truth doesn't matter. What matters is the narrative. While global warfare isn't constant today, the language of war never goes away. War on terror, war on drugs, war on crime, war on misinformation. Each war is often used to justify surveillance, censorship, budget increases, and emergency powers. Changing enemies and moving goalposts are common in modern geopolitics. Yesterday's ally becomes today's threat. Narratives shift and the public is expected to accept it without question. Orwell saw war as a tool of control, not defence. Today, conflict, or the idea of conflict, is still used to unite people under authority and silence dissent. Doublethink, believing two contradictory ideas. Doublethink is Orwell's term for the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs at the same time and accept both as true. It's the ultimate mental gymnastics. In 1984, citizens are expected to believe lies and truth simultaneously, accept contradictions without protest, and obey even when things make no sense. We see this today in politicians making false claims and being believed, people supporting privacy but using surveillance-heavy apps, users denouncing fake news while spreading unverified stories. Doublethink isn't just Orwellian fiction, it's now a coping mechanism for people overwhelmed by contradictory messages in a fast-moving digital world. Conclusion: what Orwell got right and why it matters. When George Orwell wrote 1984, he wasn't trying to predict the future, he was trying to prevent it. Yet today, so many of his dark visions have crept into reality. Constant surveillance, information control, thought suppression, technological obedience, fake news, and propaganda. We live in a world that invents its own truths, filters reality through screens, and tells people how to feel, think, and behave. But Orwell also showed us the antidote. independent thought, truth-telling, human connection, and rebellion through reason. The tools may be different, AI instead of telescreens, algorithms instead of the Ministry of Truth, but the risk is the same, losing our grip on what's real. So ask questions, read books, resist simplification, because the best way to fight 1984 isn't with weapons, it's with awareness.